Insecurities tend to start at a young age, but as we grow out of the old, we usually tend to grow into new insecurities. Now, when we take a look at the male population, there is usually one thing that tends to define a man's manhood, and that is in fact what they are packing in between their legs, which is super strange because it's not something that everybody can see, and it's definitely something that not everybody can measure. We also know that your penis size does not dictate how great of a lay you are, but nonetheless, the comparison conditioning starts off at a very young age. Maybe the first time you ever watched adult entertainment, or perhaps your first locker room experience, or maybe even your very first relationship. Nowadays, more and more men are finding themselves worrying about the size of their penis, and it truly does affect the lives of many. But if you're sick of being caught in the feeling of not being good enough, whether it be in girth, length, or overall size, then this video is definitely meant for you. I have broken down the top 4 ways to get a bigger, stronger, and harder erection, but without surgery. And we are going to be working through the most amount of risk all the way through to the least. Mostly because I like to save the best for last, but also because I like researching and talking about intense shit. But if you are like myself and you don't have the attention span to watch the video the whole way through, skip forward to number 4 because that is my most recommended option, and I have personally tried this one with my partner. Now, before we get started, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Miranda. I'm sex coach and sex educator, and today we're going to be talking about 4 different proven ways to help enhance that length, that girth, and that size, and strengthen your erection. One thing that we know about a man's mental wellness and overall confidence is that it can be easily dictated by the size of their penis. Like I had mentioned earlier, if we are feeling inadequate in this area, it can cause problems with premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, performance anxiety, as well as other health-related conditions. And these things can have an extremely negative impact on somebody's well-being and mental health. Now, before we dive in, I just need to say one thing. The size of your penis does not dictate how good of a lover you are, nor does it dictate how much you can please your partner, or really anything else. Your penis is perfect the way it is. But I know it stems down to how you feel in your own body. However, if this is something that has completely robbed you of your joy, it keeps you up at night, you're constantly worried, and you have feelings of distress, then I highly recommend seeking help from a specialist like a therapist or a coach. But if you're looking to gain a little more confidence in the bedroom and gain some size and strength, then let's get started. So let's kick it off with our first one, which is penile injections. Now, how exactly does this work? Now, there is a number of different solutions that can be injected into your penis, from something synthetic all the way to using your own body fat. Now, as some of us might know already, that Botox and filler really isn't that cheap. So how much could something like this cost? In my research, depending on what product you're using, it ranges from $250 to $350 a unit. I found that the base amount of units that an injector would use is actually 10 units. Now, $3,500 might not sound that bad, especially when this is something that you might have wanted to change for a very long time. However, there are a bunch of cons with this procedure. Not only is there risk for infection, but there's pain, there's swelling, there's injection rejection, which can completely disform your penis. And this procedure is actually temporary. Your body metabolizes whatever they might be injecting into you, whether it be hyaluronic acid or potentially your own fat. Either way, your body is gonna metabolize that injectable. But it actually can't add length, it can only add girth. With this option, there is 15 days of downtime, meaning you cannot do any physical activity and you cannot have any form of sex or self-pleasure. On top of that, you can have devastating, life-changing complications. Now, the second option available is something called a penile extender, and I'm gonna drop an image right here so that you guys know what the heck I'm talking about when I'm describing how to use it. So what this device does is it actually slowly provides traction to your penis, providing length. As you guys can see, there is a hole where you put your penis through. There's 2 extending bars on either side of your shaft, and then a silicone circle holding the glands of the penis in place so that when it stretches, it doesn't stretch things too far and shift it around in a way that could potentially injure your cock. However, even though the silicone circle is there, it doesn't always do its job. But we'll get there. Let's talk about how long this procedure actually takes. Now, when I was doing my research, I actually wasn't able to find a set amount of time that somebody would use this amount of device to yield the results that someone would want. But what I did find is that it takes many, many, many months, like over a year, and then several hours a day, with the minimum amount being spent on it being an hour. Now, what I want to know is probably what you want to know, and I have a question for you guys. Who has time for this? Not to mention, you have to be disciplined and super compliant. And after a year roughly of doing this, you usually gain less than 2 centimeters. And sometimes there's no change at all. So imagine setting aside several hours a day for a year or over a year and not receiving any type of change. That's time you just can't get back. Not to mention that it's an extremely uncomfortable process and it's extremely time consuming. You can also run into issues with numbness, bruising, and these side effects can actually increase when you try to rush the process. So I don't know about you guys, but these first two are sounding pretty risque. Our third method is to be using a vacuum device. So if you haven't seen a penis pump before, I'm gonna drop another image right here so you have an idea of what I'm talking about when I start describing. So you're gonna place your penis in this chamber that is going to act like a suction cup. Now the penis pump is used like a vacuum to draw the blood to the penis, making it swell, making it become engorged, and essentially lengthening the penis. Not only can it provide length, but it also can help people achieve and maintain an erection. However, air does not react uniformly under pressure. So this can result in pain, discomfort, or uneven results. Not to mention, the gains here are 100% temporary. And after you pump, you have to run over to the bedroom to grab that cock ring to place it on so you can maintain your erection. However, for those of you that don't know about cock rings, is you can only keep that sucker on for 20 to 30 minutes before it becomes extremely dangerous. So if you use an air pump, you gotta get to work fast. And who the hell wants to be on a time crunch like that? But there is a better option out there. And the only option that I have tried where I have been like, damn, it actually works, and for an extended period of time. That is exactly why I recommend Bathmate. Now, some of you are sitting here, you might already own one, or maybe this is news to you, but it's gonna be the best news that has hit you all day long and potentially your life, because this baby has the ability to change your overall confidence in your manhood. So how exactly does the Bathmate work? Well, instead of dropping a picture here, I'm just gonna straight up show you my Bathmate, the Hydro Extreme. Obviously, it's not my personal penis pump, but it is my personal penis pump. It's my partner's, but thankfully he let me borrow his today. So the Bathmate is very similar to the traditional vacuum style pump. However, there is one thing, or actually a few things, that make it quite different. Now, trust me when I say I have been watching this baby work for over a month now. Yes, I got my partner the Hydro Extreme because I needed to know that this device slaps before I brought it to you guys, because as you guys know, I test everything out for a good amount of time before I recommend it. However, first things first, before you guys check out Bathmate, I am going to say this one time and one time only. For the sake of purchasing your penis pump, size really does matter. So make sure you give accurate measurements when you're purchasing your pump or when you're just seeing what size you might get, because this is what's gonna determine your results when you buy the proper fitting pump. Plus, nobody's gonna see these results anyway. Now for us, after the measurements were calculated, which was hella fun to do together, we were told that we were gonna purchase the Hydro Extreme 9, which is exactly what I have here. Now, yes, I know my partner is well endowed, but we still wanted to try it out because it's not just about length or size. For us, it was about the strength of erection, because, you know, there's just nothing that beats that like rock hard, thicker, larger erections. It's just great, and it's fun. It's a good time. Now, like I stated, we have been using the pump now for a little over a month, almost every other day, and we noticed the results all the damn time, because that rock hard erection that we were seeking is now there all the time, even on the days when he doesn't do it. And let's just be serious, between you and I, this thing has grown, and I'm not even kidding. And some days I just can't even take it. But the thing is, it's not just us. 92% of the users report the exact same thing. That is absolutely insane. And this is happening just after using the Bathmate for 8 weeks. For just 15 minutes, 4 times a week. And like I said, if you just want to use it for quick results, all you need to do is use it for 3 minutes. It's mind-blowing how fast this baby works. We also noticed a substantial increase in girth and in length, and let me tell you, like, those cervical orgasms are absolutely real. I'm telling you right now. This pump has taken playtime to a whole nother level that I didn't even think was possible. Dylan is officially addicted to this thing because he's like, this is absolutely amazing. And in the morning when he gets his morning wood, it's like 10-fold hard, and it was already 10-fold hard all the mornings prior, and now it's like, I didn't think it could get any harder than that in the AM would. But this has proved me wrong. So not only is he getting benefit from it, but so am I. And I get to see him step into a whole nother level of confidence in the bedroom, and that is so hot. And it makes me just super happy. When you use the Bathmate, all you have to do is fill this baby up with water, apply the suction to your penis, make sure your balls are out of the way, and take the pump, and this actually allows you to kind of control the amount of water being released and pulled out, and you can literally actively watch your penis grow. It is wild. So yes, you can do this in the shower, or you can do this in the bath, and you repeat this process for 3 minutes, 3 times, totaling up to 15 minutes. And like I said, it doesn't need to be right before you lay. It can be literally the morning of or the night prior, because these results are long-term. Unless you are wanting that like super strong rager, then you will do it the day of. But there's super easy instructions, and on Bathmate, they actually show you a video on how to use it properly, which we watched a couple of times together, and then he was convinced that he could do it by himself, but you know, I had to be there watching him do this the whole way through because I love stuff like this. So whether you just want to elevate your sex life, strengthen your penis, or pack on some inches, the Bathmate is definitely meant for you, and I highly, highly, highly recommend the Hydro Extreme. Now, because we love Bathmates so much, we decided to reach out to them and grab you guys a 10% off your first purchase of your Hydro Extreme or just Bathmate in general. So make sure you guys check it out. Hit that link down below, grab that 10% off, and grab your very own Hydro Extreme, because this is the best way to increase your penis length, strength of your erection, and so much more. All right, babies, I will see you next week for another episode. Cheers.